Big dogs, good afternoon. Life, it's about discovery. It is about figuring out the connectivity of this universe. It's about being able to peel behind the curtain and see things for the way that they really are. Understand, believe, and have faith in this universal life force, this infinite intelligence, God, whatever you want to call it. The powers that be are real. They are there, and they are manipulating and orchestrating things the way that they are supposed to be. Because you are always where you are supposed to be. And this is all connected. And once you are able to, again, peel behind the curtain and see things for the way that they really are, the true journey of life begins. Because you start to see things from a different light. You start to realize that things don't happen to you, they happen for you. And everything in life other than death is an opportunity to learn, develop, and grow. Okay? But it's, how do we get there? How do we get to that belief, that mindset? Because you can't just say these things into existence. You can't just say, I have faith, I believe in a higher power. I believe that this isn't it for me, that something bigger than life exists after death. You can say all these things, and until you actually internally fully believe them and commit to them, you're really pushing away the universal force. Because the universe knows. The universe knows how you feel internally. And again, a lot of us will just hide that and mask it and do the charade instead of actually addressing it. But that's what I want to do with my channels. If I can just help lead one horse to water, for lack of a better term, help unveil the truth, then I add value, as we all should. We should all want to add value and be of service and discover, learn, grow, develop, be our best. Because when we are at our best, this ride and this journey is beautiful. And the universe will find ways to reward you with synchronicities and show you, you're doing it right, dog. Keep fucking chipping away, and everything you want is gonna come to you. Because I'm gonna make it happen. Me and this, because it's all one and the same. It's all connected. But when you have this universal force at your back working for you, every day is its own individual piece to the puzzle, and I'm adding another piece to the bigger picture every day. And when you feel that way, that's fulfillment. That is fulfillment, dog. Getting up every day happy and like, okay, one more piece to this fucking puzzle, chipping away. So I'm going to use some context here, because if that's all I can do is really, again, all these words are just words a lot of time, but if I can put some sort of substance, some sort of context into the situation from my own life experience, then I feel like that adds, of course, some authenticity, obviously. So I went to now 2 music festivals this year. I just got back from Resonate Music Festival up at Sewanee, Spirit of Sewanee Campground and Music Festival. One of the best venues in the country. I mean, amazing fucking place. But before we get into that weekend, I want to take a step back to back in February. I went to this really small little startup festival down here in Ruskin, Florida, about 25-30 minutes south of my apartment, and about 500 people. Super small little festival. Now I need to kind of paint a picture as to like the connection of the order of operations, or ultimately how one thing leads to another, okay? So I wasn't able to get my rental car to go to the festival. I was going solo. Fucking Avis denied me my rental car for some stupid ass reason. Ultimately, because I didn't have a credit card, but I have one now. I went my whole life without fucking using a credit card, but I guess if now you have to, whatever, side tangent. We good though. But Avis denied me from getting my rental car. It happened for a reason, baby. And it's no obstacle. It's just an opportunity. It was an opportunity for me to learn and grow, ultimately get a credit card so this doesn't happen again. And I kept my head, kept my composure, didn't let it spaz me out, or why am I gonna get to my festival? No, I stayed cool. And where do I go from here? Well, sure enough, like a little bit later, I get a call from my buddy Chad, who happened to get off work early and then was able to give me a lift to the festival. Basically, like the one dude in my community that that would do that. That would ultimately be like, yeah, I'll fucking give you a ride to your festival, drop you off at your campsite, and come pick you up on Monday or Sunday whenever you're done. Yeah. But he got off work early and it worked. That was the first thing. Okay, but anyone who goes to festivals know that the landscape of campgrounds is going to vastly change between like 1 hour to the next. Me arriving in the morning to later in the day, I'm not camping in the same place, dog. It's completely different. But due to the order of operations and the landscape of my day thus far, boom, this is my spot right here. You are always right where you need to be. Always. And the universe was going to tell me that this weekend. So I set up camp right there, and sure enough, after I get camp set up, the people that are closest to me, Squeak has a St. Louis Blues hoodie on, and I'm like, there's like 500 people at this little festival. We're in Ruskin, Florida. I'm not in St. Louis right now, dog. I'm down in Florida. How am I having, these ties like this already? So it gets a little bit deeper. I'm talking as fuck. Hey, I'm from St. Louis too, bro. In fact, I got St. Louis on my back. And me and him start chopping it up, and to come to find out, Liz, his wife, is actually like from Cape Girardeau, which is where I went to school. I went to college, graduated from SEMO, so these connections are now running deeper. And then fast forward a little bit more through the weekend, I meet Justin and Jane, and yeah, sure enough, Jane's from like Southern Illinois, which is right across the river from Cape Girardeau. She spent a lot of time like kind of in that general area. It's like, this shit's wild, man. How am I having these natural connections to the people I'm closest to? Like, I camped right here, and these people, it just doesn't make sense. You take fucking Boot Hill, Missouri, right down here. I'm telling you, there's something going on here. So yeah, that was very eye-opening. It just was like, but I already know, like I believe, and that's why the universe is always just gonna reward me. Hey dog, yeah, it's no big deal. You're right where you're supposed to be. Let me prove it to you by putting you right next to the people that you're gonna develop instantaneous connections with and probably be lifelong friends with. So that happened. But this shit's about to get better. So when I went to Resonate 2 weekends ago, before I was getting ready to leave, like my AC, like I thought shut off or stopped working or was having issues, and that instantly put me in this headspace as I'm leaving of worried about my dog and my cat and my apartment getting too hot and them overheating and yada yada. So they were on my mind. Let's just put it that way. So I get to the campground, set up camp, start going through the first day charades of, like tired but ready to go, and what am I doing? Anyone who goes to music festivals knows that first day is this kind of in between of the arrest or we start getting it going, Well, no breaks, I don't know rest, so you know what I did. But as I'm sitting around camp kind of just getting the day going, this guy walks through camp and he's kind of selling pins and shit, and there's always really cool like vendors that go through festivals and stuff, and this guy had he had a nice spiel. He had a cool vibe. And then he had some cool stuff too. He had like this 3D pendant of this frog that was like very psychedelic with this. It was fucking cool. But it was the bug eyes. The bug eyes made me think of Jobin. And again, I've already been thinking about my dog up until this point quite a bit. So now I'm going to buy this pendant, thinking Jobin some more. And every time I look in its eyes, now I'm going to think of Jobin. It's something tangible that I know that's going to represent my first time at Sewanee. And every time I look at those eyes, I'm going to think of Job's. And I believe in the connectivity and the spirituality of all this. So, again, these are just meat suits. The same as this can be said for my dog. I believe he's always going to be there with me. So I just need a little something to remind me from time to time. So again, this weekend's carrying on and having a good-ass time. But I meet Cody and Megan, who are camping right next to me. And then ultimately have a long day Saturday, riding my bike everywhere, just enjoying the venue and get gassed out. Like, I've never got to a point where I'm ready to leave a festival because I'm too exhausted. But it happened this weekend. A big part of it also, I left out that I forgot my cot. Like, when would I ever forget my cot to a music festival? My cot, so then I forgot my pillows. Like, again, this shit never happens. But going to Sewanee, this great campground, I was able to turn that into an opportunity. It's like, that's no obstacle, dog. That's the spirit of Sewanee telling you, you're gonna be here at least once a year for the rest of your life. So I'm going to ground you this first weekend, and you're on the fucking ground. And I accepted it. Instead of getting pissy, oh my God, where's my cot at? Now I'm ruined. Weekend's ruined. No, I accepted it. I was like, let's roll with it. But I couldn't sleep. I didn't get very good sleep. So come Sunday, after a long day Saturday, I was exhausted and I was ready to go. So I went over and I was getting ready to talk to Cody and Megan, tell them about pack up camp and probably hit the road if I don't see them later on. And I have like the pendant where I'm thinking of Jobin, and I get emotional. I start getting emotional. And I tell Cody, I'm like, man, yeah, you know, it's great to meet you guys, but at some point I miss Jobin and Ellis. And Cody goes, wait, Jobin? Yeah, Jobin, that's my dog's name. And he's like, no shit, dude. My cat's name's Jobin. I'm not, are you fucking serious, bro? I'm like, from I love you, man? He goes, yeah, man. It means nothing. And though, if you know, you know. I love you, man. If you've seen it, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But the thing is I've never met anyone to this day who has named their fur baby Jobin. I've had people that know the reference, like when I introduce my dog to them, like, oh, they know the reference, but I've never met anyone who's named their fur baby Jobin. Until I met Cody, the dude that I got closest with on the weekend, the dude that all these things leading up to that moment, as far as my AC, me forgetting my cot, Jobin being on my mind, me buying this frog, all these things, me then getting emotional talking about him, led me to find out that his cat's name's Jobin as well. That connectivity runs so fucking deep, dog. That is the universe telling me that, again, I am right where I am supposed to be. And if I'm having thoughts about missing my dog and my cat, here's the sign you need. It's okay to go, dog. This shit is fucking amazing, man. I promise you guys. Work on yourself every day. Like, will you be stronger if you lift weights today? Yeah. So why don't you go work out? Will you develop more cardiovascular energy, and will you be have more endurance if you go for a jog and like run? Yeah, do that. Will you be more grateful if you practice gratitude every morning by writing things, or at least processing and thinking about things that you're grateful for? Yeah, probably. That would become habitual. If I started thinking about those things naturally, I'd probably be more grateful. Would you be more spiritual if you meditated every day and really looked internally? Would you be smarter and develop more knowledge and grow and develop this discovery if you read more? These things are all right in fucking front of us, guys. The things that we're supposed to be doing. But you don't want to do them. Because they're not easy. It's not comfortable. It takes work and effort. It's so much easier to swipe away at social media or play fucking video games or go out to the bar on the weekend. Those things are easy. So we want easy. But life is about simplicity. Life is about trimming away all that fat and focusing on the things that are truly simple and actually add value. And when you focus on those, the rewards are life-changing, guys. No breaks. Click like, subscribe. If you've listened to this point, I appreciate the shit out of you. Enjoy the ride, guys. Thank you so much.